Hey everybody, welcome to Mind Blown. Today, we're going to go over the big dating mistakes. Make sure to watch until the end because this one would let you know the common mistakes in dating. Finding love can be a complicated situation. The wild world of dating can be a tricky one to navigate. After all, there's no playbook when it comes to dating. But just because there are no hard and fast rules about what you should do when dating, that doesn't mean there aren't things you should avoid doing on the dating scene. There are many common dating mistakes almost everyone makes. And here are the 7 mistakes that you might try to avoid when dating. 1. You pretend to be someone you're not. When you're attracted to someone, you often want to present your best self. But there is a fine line between doing that and pretending to be someone you're not. Being unauthentic may be making you more unattractive to other people. It's attractive to meet someone who will own who they are and what they are looking for in a relationship. If the person you're seeing realizes you are only going along with what they say and want, and have no goals or values yourself, that might push them away. Don't pretend to be obsessed with snowboarding when you hate the cold weather because you find out your new beau is a snowboard enthusiast. Don't feign to be into collecting old records when you're more of a pop fan just because of your potential partner's preferences. Having separate interests and likes can make a relationship stronger. 2. You're dating because you don't want to be alone. The fact is that being single isn't easy, especially with how insane the pressure can be to find someone compatible with you. You end up feeling like you're falling for your latest date, even when it's clear it won't work out long term. And that has a lot to do with your fear of being alone. It's okay to want a relationship, but when you start forcing connections in relationships because it's what you think you should be doing, or because you're uncomfortable flying solo, then it becomes a problem. The word need will strip you of any power you have in the dating world. Anytime you look for love with the need for a partner to fill a donut hole, you give your power away and lose yourself. Anyone who succeeds in finding true love must be their authentic selves and in their power. Signs that you're just afraid of being alone. You know little about them. You find yourself excusing them for any wrong they do. Your relationship feels shallow. Your relationship feels overly forced. If you were honest about how you feel, you're really, genuinely panicking about being alone. In a relationship fire, we may stay with someone who isn't good for us because we feel that it's all we can get. People have asked you what you two have in common, and you don't know how to answer it. If you can't even answer this question, wonder what you're doing with yourself. You feel awkward with them. If you're ignoring this gut feeling, you need to face the facts. He's not the one for you. Your conversations are forced, or primarily about how happy you are. Conversations are something that just happens for someone who loves what they are into. You panic when you're alone. 3. You talk about the future way too early. Going on a date and acting desperately for love is the fastest way to ruin a relationship before it begins. Dating serves one purpose: to explore your likes and dislikes as you interact with another person. This is not a time for you to pour your heart out, nor project your misguided assumptions about another person. The best strategy is to simply be present and enjoy meeting a good friend or a future partner. When you catch yourself trying on his last name before the 3rd date, or seeing her as the mother of your children, it's time to remind yourself to slow down. Until you have time to get to know someone and see them in a wide range of situations, it is helpful not to get ahead of yourself. Don't firmly attach to some illusion you have created about the person. This can lead to pitfalls of setting up unrealistic expectations and subsequent disillusionment or depression if the relationship doesn't work out. 4. You're full of negative thoughts about yourself. For dating people, self-doubt may be the first stopping point in even putting yourself out there and trying to date. Self-doubt might show up as not feeling well enough for someone else to love you. The feeling of not being lovable might be one manifestation of doubting yourself. You can't make room for a positive relationship if you're always stuck on the negative when you look in the mirror. Anytime you think negative thoughts about yourself like, I'm too old or I'm too fat, you cut down your confidence and value elevating the person you are dating. You begin to see this person as too good for you, leading to an unhealthy relationship and putting your partner on an unattainable pedestal. The best way to combat the negative thoughts about yourself is to face them head on. It's not easy to accomplish, but it's critical to stop the self-sabotage cycle you may be on. To break the unhealthy habit of doubt and have a better dating experience with others and yourself, you need to take back the power you give your uncertainty. 5. You compare everyone to your former partner. It's common to consciously or subconsciously compare everyone to your last flame, especially if you still have an emotional attachment to them. But focus on every new person you meet as a unique individual and to learn to appreciate them for their qualities, rather than putting them into comparison with someone else. An easy way to make this switch in your mind is by asking yourself questions like, am I happy with this person? What do I like most about this person? Instead of, how does this compare to what my ex did? Is it better or worse? Why you should never compare your date to your former partner. It's rude. Would you want your date to compare you to their exes? I highly doubt it. Everyone brings something different to the table. Everyone has something unique to offer, and that uniqueness shouldn't be compared. It's unfair to your date. You're not giving them a complete chance because you're too busy comparing them to your ex. It's unfair to you. You should be enjoying your new partner, not sitting around staring at the past. No two people are the same. Everyone is unique in their way. You should be living in the present. Living in the past or the future is the quickest way to miss out on living in the moment. It's a waste of energy. Such a waste of energy, of time, of thoughts, and a waste of, well, lots of things. Your ex is your ex for a reason. I'm sure there's an excellent reason for it. So leave your ex in the past and let the F go. 6. You look for what's wrong instead of what's right. Dating in the modern world is often focused on not trying to waste someone's time. As a result, many people try to connect with others by running through a series of questions to assess if someone has potential or not quickly. But this immediately places a barrier between you and that person, as you're more focused on finding what is wrong with them rather than looking for points where you can connect further. 7. You focus too much on what you think the other person wants. When dating someone new, many people are so worried about messing things up. They focus too much on what the other person wants. We think there is something wrong with us, that we lack something that others are looking for, or we are not enough. This causes us to want to prove that we are worthy of their attention and enough. Instead, we should first focus on exactly what we value and want in a relationship when dating. When we know this information, we create firm, healthy boundaries and honest communication, which is a good foundation for any relationship. 8. Ignoring red flags. For the sake of wanting to settle down or just being attracted to a person you're beginning to see, many people tend to ignore obvious red flags. Samples of red flags. They cancel at the last minute when you're supposed to meet them. They constantly reschedule plans with you. Keep your hold. Don't call for 2 to 3 weeks. Talks constantly about their ex. Tells you they are not ready for a relationship. They are not interested in having children, but you want them. They are not looking for a commitment. They don't let you call them at home. One may be tempted to overlook more subtle warnings, especially if one is eager for the relationship to work out. While one shouldn't jump to conclusions without sufficient evidence on the first problem that arises, an emerging pattern is not something to make excuses for or brush under the rug. Address these problems early and don't waste your time. Thinking about how crucial it is to choose the right life partner is similar to contemplating how vast the universe truly is. It's too intense for us to internalize its reality, so we don't think about it too hard and remain in a state of mild denial about the situation. With the above dating mistakes, you can get ideas on what to do during your search for the one. It may not be easy, but always remember to be fair and just when dealing with others. And don't let these dating mistakes ruin your chances of finding true love and happiness. If you find this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.